There's some new makeup on the way and I'm excited. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel and in today's video we have our last episode of Buy or Buy for 2025 where I take you through some new makeup launches and I tell you whether I'm considering picking them up or whether they are an easy pass. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. I can't quite believe that 2025 is almost over. This year has literally passed in the blink of an eye, and I feel like it's been a really, really good year for makeup. And usually at this time of year, we kind of wind down a bit. There's not really a whole lot going on. Oh my gosh, there's so much new makeup on the way. And if you are familiar with me, you will know that I review and I use both high-end, luxury and drugstore. I love them all. If it's affordable, great. If it's high-end, great. I like it all. I do have a real soft spot for drugstore makeup. In the last 2 months, we're getting a lot of it. So we've got a lot of drugstore to talk about today and I'm really, really giddy about it. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the comments in my latest video where I spoke about my skin and how much I was struggling with it. I don't know if it came across as quite clear, but I definitely damaged my skin barrier with a certain product because I'm not very bright and I clearly never learned my lessons. But I'll talk about that in a future video. But my skin is definitely on the mend, but I'm wearing a dewy, glowy foundation today because I can't wear anything dry on my face because it will literally just peel off. I will link everything that I've worn today down in the description box. The first launch that I actually wanted to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury. And this has got me really excited and a little bit sad at the same time. You're going to think I'm so strange. So Charlotte Tilbury is releasing a new concealer. This is her Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer and it's not out yet. It's going to be out in 2026. So this is supposed to be a weightless, full coverage with real skin finish concealer with up to 24 hours of creaseless wear, water resistant, transfer resistant, sweat proof, humidity proof. It does explicitly state that it can be used on dark circles, blemishes, dark spots, hyperpigmentation, which is great because that's what we want, isn't it? A concealer that is multi-use and not just for under the eyes. So it's going to be available in 34 shades, which is really, really good. I saw this and felt so excited, but also I felt a little bit of shame at the same time. And I'm going to tell you why I feel this. I was the biggest fan of her beautiful skin concealer and it was my holy grail. This one, the beautiful skin concealer. I have it in 2 shades because I loved it so much, but I've not used this in so long. This is a concealer that I feel like people didn't really talk about too much, but it was so incredibly amazing. This is without a doubt one of the best concealers I've ever used. And so I felt the shame because I've not used it in so long because I've been so busy using and trying new concealers that I've forgotten how insanely brilliant this concealer is. Now, I think the reason that people didn't love this one, so this again, this is the beautiful skin concealer, is because when you look really closely or under artificial light, it does have a little bit of glitter in, and some concealers will have that, but you may not notice. And so I think that's why some people kind of didn't really get on board with this concealer. But also it made me really excited because I'm wondering if this is going to be similar to this. So this is a full coverage concealer, beautifully hydrating. I wonder if it's going to be this concealer but without the glitter in. If it is, honestly, it could be the best concealer that's ever existed on the planet. I'm not joking, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But in answer to the question, will I be getting this concealer? The answer is absolutely 1000,000,000% I will be. And I actually really appreciate Charlotte Tilbury's shade ranges, and she usually does cater for those of us with olive skin tones as well. I just really hope that it's as good as the beautiful skin. But, you know, that's another lesson to me that this concealer here, that's Charlotte Tilbury, it was everything to me, and I abandoned it like I have done with so many. But yeah, I will get that out again soon, and it will be really interesting to see if it's going to be the same or even better. That's exciting. We have another new high-end, well, this is luxury. This is from a new brand, a brand new brand. Blah, I can't talk today. What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. So it's from a brand new brand called Outside In. And this brand was created by the Hourglass CEO, Carissa Janes. And yeah, so she's created a new brand. Why do they do this? I do wonder. Well, I guess it's the challenge, and you know, if they've been successful once, can they do it again? So I get that. I always do wonder, why are you doing that? Why are you creating another brand? I don't really get it. But anyway, they have launched, because it is out already. So this is a silk serum foundation. So it claims to be a hybrid high performance foundation that delivers the benefits as a serum. Why can't I talk? What is wrong with me? That delivers the benefits of a serum with the coverage of a foundation. So it offers light to medium buildable coverage, and of course it's infused with niacinamide, because what else would it be infused with? And hyaluronic acid, of course, what else would it be infused with to help strengthen and condition skin? Have you seen the packaging? It's obviously a dropper. Who on earth wants a dropper? I'm thinking that they're just more hygienic, but I don't know anybody that loves using a dropper for their foundation. Literally nobody. But it's coming up as €72 for a foundation. Now, it's going to be clean, vegan, cruelty-free. It's non-comedogenic, so it won't break you out. It's fragrance-free. Now, the thing that did pique my interest with this is that it's safe for sensitive and acne-prone skin, and you know that I have quite sensitive skin at the moment. It claims to be a super hydrating foundation, and I feel like I need more of those in my makeup collection at the moment. But there's another foundation that I spoke about in a previous buy or buy video, which was the Victoria Beckham foundation drops. I wouldn't buy them because they were 100 and something euros. That's just insane to me. It's just such an incredible amount of money. And look, don't get me wrong, I've seen the Victoria Beckham foundation reviewed. It looks insane. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I know that my skin would love it. And I'm pretty sure that my skin would love this foundation from Outside In. It looks like a foundation. It sounds like a foundation that my skin would really benefit from. My initial reaction was no, because of the price. But if you are interested in seeing a review of that, if you are in a position like me where you know, you're going through a bit of a tough time with your skin, you feel like you need more hydration, you need something that is a bit more suitable for sensitive skin. If you feel like you need those things and you'd like to see me review that, then do let me know in the comments. I'm not saying that I'm 100% going to do it, but I will obviously consider how many people want to see these reviewed. I do find the bottle looks really funny. I don't really like the bottle, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I know it's different, but it just looks a bit funny, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe I just don't like anything outside of the norm of a normal foundation bottle. It says more about me than anybody else. So there's another foundation that has caught my eye, but this is definitely going to be a lot cheaper than the previous one. So this is a new skin tint from Revlon. So this is called the PhotoReady Lift and Fill Skin Tint. That's a funny bottle, isn't it? These brands are like mixing up their packaging a little bit, but it's better than a dropper anyway, in my opinion. This claims to be a dewy skin tint with sheer buildable coverage, lightweight and hydrating, evens the skin tone, blurs the look of pores and imperfections, and visibly brightens the complexion. This is $14.49. That's in dollars, by the way. I don't know if I've ever used a Revlon foundation, actually, having thought about it. So I don't know whether that is a normal price point for a foundation for Revlon over in the US, but it's only available in 8 shades. I'm not massively surprised that there's only 8 shades, because when it comes to skin tints, they tend to be kind of more flexible in relation to the shades. Now, when I looked at this, I thought, wow, this could be really, really nice. And then I looked really closely at the swatches, and I'll pop them up on the screen as well for you to have a look at. They look glittery to me, or am I a bit mad? When you look at the swatch, it looks glittery, but when you look at the model, it doesn't really look glittery. I don't know. It kind of looks like a glow booster. So, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, the Rimmel Better Than Filters. Maybe it's a little bit like the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint, which I hated. I hated that so much. Do you remember me talking about this? And I just looked like an actual robot with it on. It was just far too reflective. And this is a skin tint as well. When you have a skin tint that is very, very luminous like that, it's not going to be completely flattering on people like me who has bits of texture, who has dry skin. It's going to emphasize everything. If I'm using it as a glow booster, that's a different story. I'm putting foundation on over the top, but this claims to be a skin tint. I would just proceed with caution in regards to that, because those swatches, that looks like glitter to me, but I hope I'm wrong. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when the reviews come out, but I don't want to look like a robot again. No, I do not. L'Oreal have released a new product, which is out now over in the US, and I've spotted it this week on Amazon, but it's saying that it's not going to be available until January. So it is the new Lumi Bronze Lipstick Soleil Bronzer. So it's basically a bronzing stick. So it claims to melt into the skin for a French Riviera bronze. Who doesn't want that? Buildable cream to powder formula. Nice. You all know that I love cream bronzers. They are my absolute favorite. But this is quite different because it claims to set to a powder finish and leaves you with a satin finish, and it retails for $12.99. So there are 5 shades to choose from, and there's one shade in particular that I know has got people excited, and I'm excited. It's number 100, Sun-Kissed Rose. It's a rosy bronzer. I mean, we don't get many of those, do we? So I can understand why people are going crazy for these. I have only watched one review on this, which was my friend Clara. I do try not to watch reviews because I feel like I would get influenced in my opinion. And yeah, she was okay with it. She wasn't really, bowled over. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'd be picking it up. There has actually been some amazing cream bronzers out from the drugstore this year. So my favorites have been the Maybelline Lifter Sticks, absolutely beautiful, and the Morphe bronzing sticks, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'm really hoping that they'll be good. So I mean, look, the reviews will already be out there from some of your favorite creators, but you're gonna have to wait for me to get my hands on that. But hopefully by January I'll have my little mittens on it. We're ending the year with another new release from NYX, who have been literally on fire this year with all of their new releases. And I do feel that their new releases have got better as the year has gone on, actually. So this is the new Buttermelt Stix. So it's a glow boosting highlighter. So it says that it's available in Europe now, and I've been checking every day. But I've just had a look on Boots Island and it has appeared on there, but it's showing us out of stock. So I'm assuming maybe in the next week or so it might be up there. So this claims to be a buttery, smooth, long-wearing highlighter stick infused with nourishing butters for a seamless glazed glow. So it claims to give 8 hours of wear, no creasing, non-greasy, vegan, and it's cruelty-free. And there's 14 shades of this. Listen, say what you want about NYX, but they give us shades. They genuinely do. And it's retailing for €12. It says that it's only available in Europe at the moment, but I would assume it would come to the US. But I know that there have been releases from NYX that have come out in Europe but have not made its way to the US. Why does that happen? And has the powder, the Wonder Snatch powder, has that arrived over in the US yet? Because I know that people are telling me that it's still not there. But anyway, 14 shades. Holy maloli, that's a lot of shades. Look, I have a love-hate relationship with highlighters because of my skin, okay? And I know that you're probably sick of me banging on about my skin all the time, but wearing highlighters, it's something I want to do, but I rarely do because of my skin and because of the trouble that it gives me. You know what? It doesn't look horrific today, but you can still see, the damage that I've done to my skin. So I feel like they have shades similar to the powder highlighters, the Buttermelt powder highlighters. And I do have to say that those Buttermelt powder highlighters, so these ones, stunning. One of the nicest highlighters I've honestly ever used. If I wore highlighter more often, I would choose this. It's an absolutely stunning product. It's a really pigmented highlighter, but it's not chunky, so it doesn't leave chunks of glitter or excess glitter all over your face. It's just really, really nice. And I did just want to say before we look at the shades that I am really thankful for the model pictures that they've put out with this highlighter, because if you look at the models' faces, at the models' cheeks, they are real. You can see texture. You can see actual texture on the faces of these models, and I feel like that's really, really refreshing and normal, and that's how it should be, because anybody that tells you that a highlighter is not going to highlight a bit of texture if there's texture there, they're not being truthful to you. So I think that's great. I really, really appreciate that from NYX. So well done, NYX. That's absolutely amazing. So in terms of the shades, I did have a good look through these, and do you know what? There's so many. I would be quite interested in the pink shade. So that is My Melt Era. Looks really good. I'm just so happy that they didn't retouch those pictures, and it just makes us feel a little bit more normal than, you know, looking at pictures online and just seeing filtered photos and filtered models. And that's not real life. It's not real life. That's not real skin. And I'm also happy that we have really nice shade names for once. Okay, it's nothing inappropriate. So thank you, NYX. You have ended the year on a high. So yes, as soon as that comes in stock, I'm thinking within the next week or so, I'll definitely grab one of those. If there's any shades in particular that you'd like me to pick up, let me know now, and then I'll know before I put in a little order. Maybelline, you are ending the year very, very strong. They have a bunch of new stuff out. So I did speak in my last video about the Maybelline Serum lipsticks. They're not out yet, so I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's probably going to be January now before I can really get my hands on them. There's a few that have appeared on Amazon on the Maybelline store, but none of the shades that I really want. But I'll keep an eye, and things can change. But the big releases from Maybelline are the new foundation and the new concealers. First of all, let's start with the foundation, the Lifter Plump and Glow Foundation. So this retails for $15.99. It is already out in the US. Now, it is being released today. This video should go out on the 1st of December. I have already pre-ordered it, so it should be with me at some point this week, and I will get testing, and hopefully I'll get a review out within the next 2 weeks or so. So that's really exciting. I mean, I like Maybelline a lot, and I love their foundation. So I love their skin tint. Their Lumi Matte foundation is absolutely insane. But let's just have a look at what it claims. So it's a 90% skincare formula with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. That's the only thing that puts me off a little bit, is the niacinamide. So it claims to have a buildable coverage from a sheer natural glow to a more full coverage finish. That's quite a jump, isn't it? And it claims to be long wearing, stays put all day, 24 shades. So I did pre-order, and I'm thinking the shade I pre-ordered is wrong, because I think that the shades that have been released in the US are not going to be the same over here, and there were no shade descriptions when I pre-ordered my shade. So I pre-ordered the shade 120 Neutral, but I have a feeling these shades are going to run a little bit darker than the Lumi Matte. So I'm a 128 in the Lumi Matte. So the one thing that I really wanted to know from this foundation is something about the ingredients. So you might know that all of the Maybelline foundations, all of them that I've tried, have alcohol in there. They have denatured alcohol in there. So I went and had a look at the ingredients, and this claims to be alcohol-free, fragrant, and essential oil-free. So that's what I'm getting from the Maybelline website. That for me is great news, that there's no denatured alcohol in there, because there's so many people, especially that I speak to through this channel, who say that they'd love to try the Maybelline Tint, they'd love to try the Lumi Matte, but the denatured alcohol just prevents them from doing it. So that's very exciting. So my gosh, I'm really, really hoping that first of all, the shade 120 suits me. And number two, that it's a good foundation. Oh, please be good. I'm so incredibly excited for it. And the other release from Maybelline is the Lifter Serum Concealer. So this claims to be a bright, full coverage concealer with 2% peptides for brighter under eyes. So conceals darkness, blemishes, hyperpigmentation, long wearing, 18 shades. And that's going to be $13.99. The good news is I already have this. I have worn this twice. It's what I've got on my under eyes today. First impressions have been really good. However, and you know, for anybody that needs to see this before I get to include this in a review, because basically I'm going to include all of the new Maybelline products in one video. So we're talking the concealer, the foundation, the new mascara, the new blush, the Cloudtopia blushes. They have appeared on Amazon. Also, I did grab the new Maybelline liquid shadows as well that they've released. My gosh, so much from Maybelline. So everything that they've released recently, I'm going to put into one video. But if you are desperate to get this concealer before then and you're wondering about the shades, I picked up the shade 35 and I'm going to tell you, it's so bright. It's so bright. And I just did not expect it to be. So 35 is supposed to be a neutral shade. So look at how bright that is. Now, I do feel like it does oxidize a little bit. So it does make it a little bit more wearable, but just be aware that these shades run really, really bright. So that's the shade 35. So I have reordered and I've ordered the shade 50 as well. Like I said, it's day 2 of me wearing this. So I'm not going to talk about the concealer yet. I'm going to say that the first impressions have been really, really good, but you know as well as I do, when the shade is off, everything is off. But I've managed it today and it's totally fine. So I'm really excited to share my opinion with you on this concealer. But again, I'm going to wait until I've been able to test the foundation for at least a week, and then I will bring you my full thoughts and opinions on that. Maybelline recently released a new mascara, which is this new body mascara, and it's the mascara that I've got on today, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's really great. But they've released another festive type of mascara, and this is the Gold Glitz Sky High Mascara. So it's an actual glittery mascara. I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm completely honest with you. So it's a glitter mascara that can be worn alone or as a final layer over black or coloured mascara for a sparkling finish. I've just had a look and it's on Boots in Ireland for $17.49. Look, I have nothing against glittery eyelashes. I think it would look really pretty, and you know I love Christmas. And anything sparkly goes at this time of year. I think it would be really good. But the first thing I thought when I saw this was, you're going to get glitter in your eye. Most definitely are you going to get a speck or two of glitter in your eye. Because let's be honest, it's going to happen. Okay, I'm not saying that it's going to smudge and it's going to be a terrible mascara. But there's a chance. There's a little chance, isn't there, that you're going to get a little speck in your eye. I don't want that. Okay, I don't want that. And also, I feel like when you would be blinking, you would see the glitter, and I think that would drive me insane. I'm not sure I would really enjoy that. So I'm going to say that's going to be a pass. I'm going to pass on the glittery mascara. I just like to be comfortable, and I don't want to be seeing glitter on my eyelashes. So that's going to be a no from me, I'm afraid. But you knew that because you know I'm not that exciting. So I'm definitely ending the year on a very positive and excited note. There are definitely some launches that I'm really excited about, and especially the ones from the drugstore. And can't quite believe that we are now heading to the end of 2025. So do let me know, has any new makeup caught your eye this month? I would love to hear if there's anything that's been on your radar, or if there's anything that you'd like me to take a look at. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, take care and bye for now.